Good morning, our people. Good morning once again. Well, I was live just a little bit ago just to play that song, Who Owns the Papa's Land? Because that's important. A lot of people are not asking that question. So, just to give you an idea, that music is on YouTube. So you can begin to see that our people have been fighting all along. It's just that a lot of us, we are not keen in. We are dancing the song like this, not knowing we are dancing away our future and our destiny. No, I go there. So anyway, welcome back again. Today is July the 17th of 2020. My name is Konachim Saga. I'm here in Houston, Texas, and I will have my sisters introduce themselves. Sisters.
Hey, good morning, viewers. Thank you for joining us. We have a special treat today to continue to talk about the CFM and where we are at the moment. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Dr. Costa Nasike. Thank you.
And good morning, viewers. Thank you once again. My name is Dr. April Simon Okube from Lexington, Kentucky. We appreciate you. Please share, like, subscribe. We are doing a wonderful work. People are getting to hear. More people are going to say what's going on the right way. So give us food for thought as we continue. As empowered women, we understand the difference between relating with men that respect and honor us, compared to men who abuse, dishonor, and devalue our gifts, talents, and potentials. This is how it is with nations. No right-thinking nation will relate or continue to relate with nation or nations who steal their resources and abuse her citizens. Therefore, Mother Africa is now set to take back the destiny of her children from those who devalue and dishonor them. This we will do through a due process, not war and anarchy. Because war has not helped us. Rather, it has given these criminals better opportunity to destroy us. Join us. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, my sister. That's what we talk about mothers. If you don't have a mother, you should go and start crying. If you never experienced the love of a mother, my goodness, ask God to give you one. You can actually adopt one because it's a love that you cannot compare to others. We are here to save our children. We are here to save our next generation, and we are not backing down. We are saying that this is a must for us because we understand what is at stake. For those of you drinking on behalf of the death of our children, lack of future for our children, celebrating with 1 million cows and all kinds of stuff when our children are hungry, they don't have any source of income, they don't have any job. We say we are here. We are here. So our topic today is yes, we can speak in one voice despite our differences. I don't know if some of you heard some people somewhere, the same group of people making money over the misery of our people, going around and saying, no, we can't speak with one voice. We are Republicans. So what they want is for us to be, actually, what is that thing in the Bible where they were building a tower? All of a sudden, everybody fell down and started speaking different language and started doing all kinds of crazy things. So that's what they want us to reduce us to. Anybody will be running around while they go to Abuja and collect the money, buy their house in Sugarland and pack their children and remain in Nigeria in a wheelchair so they can continue to collect money on behalf of their children. And we're saying, Ozugozi, is enough. We've had enough of you guys. 100 years of ruling, nothing to show for it. And you guys have the audacity to come on air, to come out where people are even seeing you guys. But today, we mothers are saying, yes, we can speak in one voice despite our differences, especially for the sake of our children. In Genesis chapter 11, verses, the Lord said, if they had begun to do this as one people, speaking the same language, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. So Bible has given us all kinds of scenarios, giving us all kinds of clues as to what we need to do to move forward. When we speak with one voice, it means we are speaking the same language, we're developing the same mindset, and we have unison, agreement, and authority in what we want to achieve. When we speak in one voice, we produce harmony, and then we diminish noises and distractions that are causing us to go in a merry-go-round. Speaking in one voice does not mean expressing or sharing only one opinion. It means the people now understand what the issues are and they have accepted the superior argument. When this happens, the people now become unstoppable. There's nothing they cannot do. So, brothers and sisters, it's time for our freedom and self-determination, especially for the indigenous peoples of Nigeria that have been trapped in abomination called Nigeria. Any other voice apart from this, whether they are singing 2027 election and this reduce us to hunger, where we are the lowest level of Maslow hierarchy. We can't even go up. We can't even get a good night's sleep. All we can think about is food. Any other voice apart from this, talking about freedom and self-determination, is definitely contrary to the yearning of the people. And actually, we should identify those people as the enemies. We may be over 300 ethnic nationalities, but we all face the same existential threat. Therefore, it's time for us to speak the same language of freedom through a voice of alliance, the voice of NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. Today, we are going to look at how to persuade political parties, churches, traditional leaders to stand with the people. If you have not asked your pastor, your reverend, your chief, your oba, the one in charge of, what do they call it again, autonomous communities, if you have not asked them about NINAS, that means you don't want freedom. We are also going to look at how war and anarchy help criminals rape and steal resources from Africa. The more we delay the actualization of our self-determination, the more we have to lose. And it will become hard for us to come back from it. If we recall, we watched criminals take over the abomination called Nigeria. They came in as colonial masters, then they mixed it up with oil and water of people that they think should become one. Then it was the war that killed over how many people of the Biafran region. And then are we talking about continuous military coups? And then afterwards, it was the manifestation of the 419ers that created the Yahoo generation, just leading us to full throttle of criminality. That's the only thing that is working in Nigeria. You will see someone that doesn't know their left from right. They're speaking for the people. We must be responsive to the events surrounding us, and NINAS is at the forefront. This is the first time, if you think about it, people, that we are actually doing something to remove ourselves from this mess. This is the first time we are actually working together as indigenous peoples to say, oh, it's enough. Before, it's either we run to Abuja and get our own courts, or we take from one Nigeria and send our children overseas, or whatever that we're doing. But this is the first time we're saying, we don't want your bribe anymore. We want our self-determination. Therefore, saying yes to NINA's bloodless journey into freedom and self-determination is the only way to go. So we are going to start today, because this whole thing that we're telling you, while we are busy running around, while we are busy delaying actualization, while we are busy trying to be the leader of the group and be the one that knows it all, these people are in our land taking things every day. They even take things like charcoal. We told you guys now, here in America, there's a charcoal toothpaste, $7.99, I think it's 3.4 ounces. So charcoal, they are actually importing charcoal now from Africa and shipping it to Poland, shipping it. They are fighting and living amongst themselves between Poland, between Germany, between France. Charcoal. You know why they're doing that? Because somebody will say, let them take now. It's charcoal. Who cares? Where do you get your charcoals from? You have to cut down trees, right? So what are the trees there for? They help with erosion. They help with so many things. It's from the tree that we get, the tree that absorbs the carbon monoxide that we exert into the air and give us the oxygen. They leave their own trees. They come to Africa and cut trees and have us send them charcoal. As we are burning this emission, we already know what it's doing to the environment. We saw what happened in Germany, right? This week. These are part of the things. The resources they are stealing is not enough. Now they are also trying to destroy our environment. They have already destroyed it, because China will come there and drop any toxin that they don't want to be on their own side of the continent. So I'm going to play just a little bit of this video. This video is online. You can go and watch it. Knowledge is power. Because if we begin to understand what these people are doing to us, we will not be wasting time. Say, oh, they didn't call me. They didn't tell you all that. Who put me on this platform? What is going on here? You will actually take time to go and look, to know that any day that you delay, yes, we live in America, it's all good. Even the things that is going on here, if you begin to hear the aporoka that is being done here and there and all these things, you will begin to want your own thing faster. So let me pull up this video.
Stamina, why you pull it up? You see, what we're saying is so important because the loss of revenue through underground and uncoordinated exports from Africa, Nigeria, Lower Niger Territory, the stealing, the raping is why you are in that abject poverty. This is just charcoal. There are so many others. Tin is being mined in Jos, columbite in Jos. Yet the Jos people, Plateau people are so poor. Gold from Zamfara. Everywhere, cobalt, name it. This charcoal is just one out of a million other substances leaving Africa. We are losing the revenue. Because when you do it underground, they will not pay you the right amount. So you're supplying the world raw materials for everything they want to do, to heat up their room, charcoal. Everything they do, they depend on Africa. But what do they do at the end? Rather say thank you and give Africa the value that Africa deserves. They call you a shithole. Why are they able to do that? Your political people, politicians, your political class. Your political class. Why do we call them? Because they know this truth, but they chose to allow us to continue to die in this manner. Please, when you're ready, go ahead.
Sure.
Hardly anyone knows how non-transparent this market really is, or that 1 ton of charcoal requires 5 to 10 tons of wood. This has an enormous impact on the environment.
Where the wood comes from, there's often terrible human rights abuses, there's poverty, there's deforestation, there's desertification in places in Africa.
It's completely unacceptable that tropical rainforests are being destroyed just to produce cheap charcoal. This shouldn't be happening. It's madness.
Wahnsinn.
Nigeria. With 186 million inhabitants, it's the most populated country in Africa. This is where most of the charcoal imported to the EU comes from. It's a huge business, not only in Nigeria. Paraguay, in South America, is another big global player. According to the UN, over half the trees cut down worldwide are burned to produce charcoal, with severe effects to the climate. Nigerian merchants praise the high quality of charcoal derived from tropical wood. It's particularly durable, and its embers last much longer. But these traders don't have to certify where they get their charcoal. The wood could be from one of the few sustainable plantations for tropical timber in Africa, or it could have been illegally logged in the rainforest. Kingsley Akaniyu specializes in export.
Ready to be filled with charcoal.
Merchants who want to import tropical timber to the EU have to certify its origins. The process is strictly regulated, but those guidelines don't apply to charcoal.
Of course.
88% of the charcoal used in Germany is imported. Nigeria alone supplies 31,000 tons a year. But most consumers have no idea what they are using to grill their sausages.
This goes to Germany in carton packs. It goes to Germany. When it'll be formed into...
You see how they're smiling. So excited.
He doesn't know he's destroying his own environment.
Yes, he's destroying his environment. He's smiling. He goes to Germany. Exporter.
Germany can't wait to get their hands on it.
No.
Made possible because
Importer and
there are
exporter.
restrictions on importing charcoal made from tropical timber to the EU. The Spoga Garden Trade Fair in Cologne. This is where the outdoor grilling industry comes together. Many distributors can't see any problem with charcoal from the tropics. The trade association, however, would rather not comment. Pierre-Olivier Watrin from France has been fighting against imported tropical charcoal for years. He works for the NGO The Forest Trust, or TFT. They want charcoal to be processed only from sustainably cultivated forests and for consumers to easily see if they're buying charcoal from native or illegally logged tropical wood.
There is no transparency to tell what is the real production, because some importers pretend to be producer, but the real producers are not there. We can create a European working group on that part, because if we don't do that, it will not be clear also for the customer. Il y a des acteurs qui partent de loin, mais même s'il y a des acteurs qui sont récalcitrants.
There are distributors who keep importing, but the market will force their hand. The moment we change the market, everyone who wants to carry on as usual will be left no other choice.
Ouais, je vais garder ces anciennes pratiques. Ils n'ont pas d'autre choix.
In France, TFT has already managed to change the market. Most buyers for large retail chains have come to reject charcoal from tropical forests. Pierre-Olivier is meeting a Belgian who imports African charcoal. The man is convinced of his product's quality and even has a seal to prove it's been produced responsibly.
Yeah, right.
He can't understand the concern about tropically sourced charcoal.
How can you understand when you're making money?
You have to realize that there are also sustainably managed tropical forests. I don't see why these products should be banned. And you can't forget that the charcoal market is helping feed thousands of people in Africa.
All right. So this full video is I posted it on our Facebook, so that if you want to watch it in its entirety, you can. But this is just to give you an idea, because some people may think, oh, they're just digging diamonds, they're digging oil, they're taking everything, including charcoal. Charcoal.
Sister Mona, if you don't mind, the uses of charcoal is quite enormous. It's huge. It's huge. And activated charcoal is used in preventing poison. Like, if somebody, drank some poison, you can seriously grind the charcoal, the person would drink it, it will absorb the poison from the stomach, and the person would leave.
Even tablets.
They even made it into some small capsules and tablets that. Then it's also used for fertilizer. The charcoal is also somehow I don't know how they ferment that one. They use it for fertilizer. They use it for the train that they move up and down, because you use even for big ships. Charcoal is used as the whatever generates the electricity to push all these big Titanic ships all over the world. So they know that, and these people are just so wicked. In my own opinion, you are taking the resources directly from Africa, and you are not replenishing those resources. You are not even paying them what that charcoal is worth. They're not paying us what the charcoal is worth. Because if you are paying us what that charcoal is worth, probably will not be in a sorry state, as you all call it.
Yeah, tomorrow somebody will say Africa is not exporting anything. We are not exporting anything.
Everything.
We export everything.
We are exporting everything.
We are not getting the revenue.
Because they put their own price. They will tell us the price that they will pay for the revenue. Meanwhile, when they come and get crude oil from Africa and go and refine, they now tell us the price we will buy their refined oil. It doesn't make sense.
My sister, because nobody is in charge, because we don't want to confuse.
Nobody's in charge.
Oh, we have African leaders. No, these are what we call them internal colonizers. These are the ones that are working for the colonial.
They are stooges, yes.
They are not there to represent you, yes.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we need to let our people understand that all the materials, when they say Nigeria is endowed, Nigeria is over endowed. Overly, like, when there's nothing you are looking for in that country that you will not find. There's nothing. Even recently, there was an attack in Igongon. You won't believe that there is a part of Igongon where this guy came from. This guy that has a Sunday Igboho came from. You won't believe that they have found some form of gold. They do
Adeboye's village, Fulanis are mining gold in Adeboye's village, and they're about to exterminate all the Adeboye's villagers. But he's still there doing politics and greeting Erufai.
Using church to do it. It's messed up.
It's sad. We'll continue. More evidence. So this next video that we're going to share is the other resources that are also being stolen from Africa. And this one, they're even killing children. They don't care what happens. It's like bringing a plane. What is that plane that was flying in Poto Sister Augusta? Where was that again? Yeah.
The plane was flying.
They created pathway inside Zamfara. Very good. But we don't have airports from Anambra State that will fly us outside. They built the one that they built. They told them you don't have license. You can't give license.
They downgraded.
First of all, you have to do local. Then from there, says who?
Says who?
And
you can. And yes, we go from Zamfara Poto wrong way. Yeah, and we in Anambra cannot.
No, we can't fly from Anambra internationally. And you people are aiding and abetting them. You're helping them to keep us under the table because of the few crumbs you're getting. Because of what? And you forgot that in our culture. Now, when you do things that lead to the death of your people, that your family will not be exonerated to the 4th generation.
Yes.
Are you people surprised about how your children turn into drugs when you send them to study in abroad, to study in America? These are repercussions. Go ahead, please, sister.
We could be carrying electronics that contain the product of child labor. A report by Amnesty International 2 years ago first uncovered that children were mining the mineral cobalt in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or DRC as it's known. It ended up in products from dozens of companies, including Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, and Samsung. Cobalt is needed in batteries powering common devices like our cell phones, laptops, and in the growing number of electric cars. Deborah Patta traveled to the DRC to follow the complex supply chain. She joins us from Johannesburg, South Africa, with this story. Deborah, good morning.
Good morning. The DRC is embroiled in conflict, and it's difficult and sometimes dangerous to report from there. On a recent trip to the south of the country, we saw what looked like the Wild West. They're digging in trenches and laboring in lakes, hunting for treasure in a playground from hell. Hard enough for an adult man, unthinkable for a child. And yet tens of thousands of Congolese kids are involved in every stage of mining for cobalt. More than half the world's supply comes from the DRC. 20% of that is mined by hand. We traveled along collapsing dirt roads. Children are everywhere, digging for cobalt in abandoned open pit mines. And it's clear security officials in charge here, only some of them in uniform, have something to hide.
There's such sensitivity around cobalt mining that every few hundred feet we get stopped requesting letters, documents, even though we have official permission to be here.
But for the Chinese middlemen we saw who buy the cobalt, there are no such constraints. They have free access to the mines. Inside, women and children are doing so-called artisanal mining. But don't be fooled. This is no quaint cottage industry.
Destroying the environment.
At barely 10 years old, children lug heavy sacks of cobalt to be washed in rivers. From as early as 4, they can pick it out of a pile. And even those too young to work spend much of the day breathing in toxic fumes.
The officials deny that there's child labor. Clearly, it's obvious that there is, but whenever a camera or a security person or a policeman appears, then the children are chased away.
Ziki Swazi is 11 years old and agreed to meet us outside the mine.
Why aren't you in school?
My parents are dead, he said, and I stay with my grandma.
So you need to make money for your granny?
Yes.
We asked these companies whether child mined cobalt is being used in their products.
They don't know they are
All
blind.
acknowledge problems with the supply chain, but say they require their suppliers to follow responsible sourcing guidelines.
Criminals.
Apple said it leads the industry in supply chain standards, and last year cut ties with the largest artisanal cobalt supplier.
Lies.
Microsoft told us it does not tolerate child labor,
Lies.
and that they are working with NGOs to eliminate it.
Lies.
Samsung said it's mapping its supply chain, and
Lies.
Juicer explained it performs audits and has very little cobalt in its batteries.
Lies.
But our investigation shows just how complicated it is to trace child mined cobalt in the global supply chain. We followed the mineral as it left the mines, piled high on every mode of transport available. Sacks were already mixed up without labels, making it impossible to know who had mined them.
The children's cobalt is brought here to this market, where it is bought by a Chinese company for extremely low prices.
We wanted to see whether there was any attempt to check if the cobalt had been mined by children. So our team went back later with a hidden camera. When we offered to sell a truckload of cobalt, nobody asked us who mined the mineral, only what the quality
They were
was.
criminals.
This man told us that the Chinese traders here bought all the cobalt and sold it mainly to one Chinese company, Congo Dongfang Mining, known locally as CDM. CDM is owned by global Chinese giant Huayu, but Huayu said they stopped buying from that market last year.
Lies.
And have put in place a detailed program to eliminate child labor from their supply chain. And yet, in this murky process of sourcing cobalt, one thing is clear: children are still here, carrying the weight of our high-tech world on their shoulders.
We spoke to 8 major tech companies who've been linked to this supply chain. And while some of them have joined initiatives to solve this problem, we saw...
All right. So go ahead, sisters.
That is so the pain is so excruciating. I don't know the grammar to use. It's so painful. You understand? And this material, of course, we use all the material. We use the cell phone, we use the laptop and all that. They are being made with cobalt. But when we buy them so expensive, like $1,000, $1,002, depending on which one you're buying. And yet the amount that they are buying this cobalt, the raw material from
0 to nothing,
is 0 to minus to the 10th of the 0 degree negative. That's how much they are buying compared to, the worth of the phone. I didn't mean that they are being compensated highly. Probably we would turn a blind eye. But in this case, we're not supposed to even turn a blind eye, because child labor is being used in the process of collecting this thing. And guess who their middlemen are? Like that company in China that they say they no longer buy from. No, they are sending local people to go and buy on behalf of them. Yep. So they're still buying from the child labor whatever group in Congo. This is Africa, and yet Africa is a shithole where all your material, all your resources come from. I don't get it.
What's part of it is the damage that they're doing to the environment. Because this thing, if it was being dug in a coordinated area where the government is monitoring, this thing is like anywhere you see ground, you begin to dig. Anywhere you see ground, dig so you can find cobalt. So imagine with the erosion in Africa, with the climate changes, with the guys, it's like we are being set up to perish, and nobody is speaking on our behalf.
No, it's not like we are being set up. We are. It's not like that is it.
You're right.
You want to destroy the entire Africa. That journey they started over how many years ago? They are completing it. Because Africa is a land full of raw materials. So Africans should die so that they can take all the raw materials. And they're not joking about it. You can see them every day, every minute. We have 3 years, 4 years in those places. In their own place, do they have 3 and 4 years mining in their villages and their places? Such things are not allowed. So why are you doing it?
And then exposing them to toxins, the little ones especially.
Exactly. So, and this is all over Africa. then they cause war. Anywhere you see war in Africa, it is not because the people are clashing. It's because there's something they discovered in that land, and they need the people to fight so they can steal it and get a cheap price. Because if they leave it and take it at the right price, they won't make they are greedy people. They won't make the maximum gain. This cobalt we are talking, they put it in their car stereos, in their phones. Now, because of COVID, they couldn't do some of those movements. Do you know that the country, the price is going up here already? Surgical equipment, all these things that they're doing, they got these things from Africa. Because of COVID, they couldn't move. As a result, the prices are going up here already. Their economy is being affected because they didn't steal from Africa as much for 1 year. Is God not speaking to us, my people? Is God not pointing something to us?
That's true.
There's a reason why God made you an African. He did not make you an African for you to go into exile and live in US and live in UK and start posting pictures on Facebook to come to your brothers and sisters in the village so that everybody wants to leave or migrate out of Africa. Any program, any system that they are putting to help migration from Africa, whether that UK is telling you that they gave jobs to 3 million and 30 million, it is so that Africans can leave Africa. They need your resources. Understand it, they're not helping you. Ask that woman, that Madam Ambassador, if you gave visas, job, asylum to how many million Nigerians? 13 million, for instance. What of the other 200 million? What is the provision for them? Now, people are leaving even UK to go to Canada because there are no jobs anymore. The toilet to wash has finished. You wash toilets. Toilet has finished to wash. So they are migrating, my people are migrating from UK to Canada to go and find out if they have more toilets to be washed.
Aye.
And we're saying, yes, we can speak in one voice. We can say no to the rape of Africa. We can say no to whatever that is going on. We can say no to it. We, the people, the indigenous peoples, can arise in one voice and say, no, you are not going to do this anymore.
Not anymore. Never again.
Never again. And as mothers, we are here to ensure that we are not going anywhere. We go nowhere, like some people will say. We are here. There are giants in the land, we know. You see those giants, they will drop one after the other. Whether it's a giant that is distracting us from the job that we need to do, whether you are an obstacle on the road and you call yourself a politician, Chukwu Okike is with us. We are women, weak. We might not do anything to you. But the forces, the spiritual forces working with us, we get all of you down one after the other so that our children will breathe a breath of freedom. We do not care the type of mathematics you're doing or your political mathematics. We are ready to move forward. Please, Sister Mona, are you ready for the next video? Because the way we are telling our people, this is not the way to go. We can't continue this way. The Fulanis are doing political mathematics. We told you that the system has been rigged against you. We told you that. For over 2 years, we've been telling you that the system has been rigged against you. There's nothing you can do to come out of this.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm showing you every day. And you still want to beg them. You want Igbo presidency. Okay, you have an Igbo presidency. What of all the other people that are Fulanis? What can you do? Have you not had Southern as being president? Obasanjo, was he not president when they brought Sharia?
Oh.
Was Goodluck not president when they did all the nonsense that they did? That they introduced Boko Haram? Yet, Goodluck could not do anything. Igbo presidency, my foot. Please go ahead.
They just don't get it.
That will balance our 4 years before we go into rotation. But we are not asking for, like you call it, third time. No, we are not asking for third time. Nobody asks for third time. We will never ask for third time. We are democratic. We believe in democracy. Democracy, that was why we said politics is a game of number. And we know we have the numbers. We are 120 million population from the north, then the Fulanis have 14 million in population. And if you put that together, that will give you 160 million. And you can, out of the approximately 210 million as in being envisaged, the population of Nigeria, when you take 160 million out of 210 million, what is the balance? About 70 million. I cannot see how 160 million, I can't see how 70 million will beat 160 million. So we are ready for it. We believe in democracy. We are democratic in nature. We know politics is a game of number. We know politics. Leadership is by ballot box. Leadership is by PVC. Leadership is by election. And that was why we are calling our people to come out en masse and get their PVCs. The 120 million Northerners should get their PVC. The 40 million Fulanis should get their PVC. Put together 160 million. We will elect another president by 29th of May. By February next 2023, we should be going into election to elect a fresh northern president that will balance the remaining 4 years that North has.
The Northern Consensus Movement has called on all 120 million Northerners and 40 million Fulanis that are eligible voters to ensure they mobilize towards 2023 general election and jettison on democratic leadership rotations in Nigeria. The group Northern Consensus Movement, they are
please turn off that, and I'm almost throwing up. It's so nauseating.
My God, professor, the Malan can do mathematics. Hi.
And you think, if you think this is a joke, this is the mathematics that Britain taught them. And they continue with it, and it's not even a joke, because as we speak, our political parties are playing. They are agents of Fulanis, and we kept telling them, anybody against what Ninas is doing, anybody against what Lower Niger Congress is doing, you are an agent of Fulani without knowing. Fulanis are using you. Your brain, your ignorance is making you to work against your people. Yet this plan has been on table for 20 years. The Lord opened door for us for 20 years. We refused to pass. Like Lazarus that was resurrected. You woke up, the death cloth is on you. Death cloth. You woke up. Jesus rose in from the dead. But the grave cloth is on you. Fulani is the grave cloth on you. You need to stand up and remove all the death clothes, the grave clothes. You need to reject Fulanis. That's where my people will say.
Absolutely.
Fulani bu ekwensu. Olundi Fulani bu olu ekwensu. Did you hear the atrocity I just heard? Is somebody listening? Are you listening?
The guy that went to college with 2 points now is calculating.
No, he's not playing. He's saying it with audacity. He is not even playing. Why is he not playing? What is giving the Fulanis the audacity to do what they're doing? Your stupidity.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. You have degree, you call yourself a professor. But somebody with quota system that went to school with quota system that scored 2 over 200 is the one.
400.
Yeah. Okay, 2 over 400 is the one telling you what needs to be done. And you see what? If you continue in one Nigeria, they will do this thing.
They will do.
You see this thing they're saying? They're not even joking. Because you know yourself, you don't even understand politics. You Ndibo, you don't even understand politics.
They think it's buying and selling. Hey, sell the good out. You guys have been sold.
You've been sold.
You've been sold.
Long time ago. Anything you're doing now is medicine after death. Yeah. You are dead and you are trying to take medicine. That's what you're doing. You woke up too late. You woke up too late. It's time to close shop. Politicians, it's time to close shop. The politicians in alliance territory of Ninas, this job has been done. We are not saying you're not going to politic, but we need to resolve the issue of who owns Papa's land. Because Fulanis with their, you know, they lie a lot. And when they lie in their culture, it's righteousness. Lie is righteousness to the Fulanis. So they'll be looking at you face to face and lying to you. And there's nothing you can do. Because as they're on top lying, they're underground walking. They are lobbying and doing all that they need to do. Selling these your well-packaged lies. And you, what are you doing? Kicking against the only solution. All the people that told you that they're agitating for Biafra, ask them, what is your plan? What is your strategy apart from shouting on the radio? What else are you doing? It is time for you people to call them. Bring your strategy. I was speaking to one professor. He told me that he's proud.
Oh, professor of animal husbandry.
Yes, the animal husbandry. He's proud that he's doing what they see, that he has now talked to the US so that they will not bring ammunition to Nigeria. I say, so after that, what? What next? Are you going to now talk to China too? Are you going to talk to Spain?
Ask him, whom did he speak to, particularly in the US?
Exactly.
So this is the propaganda they keep pushing. Oh, I went to UN, I went to EU, I went to AU, I went to ML. They keep nonsense propaganda. Whom did he speak with? Or whom did he speak to in the US? That they're going to Konyo Kusere. Look, I'm sick and tired of these people that they know the truth and they keep dancing around for no reason. Konya, whom did he speak with or speak to on our behalf? They should go and sit down. If they cannot collapse their whatever into what Ninas is doing, he should go and sit down.
You see how Yorubas are moving. Yorubas have 42 freedom fighting groups, but they have collapsed into Iyana, Opa, Odua, and Ninas. Every day they call, we want you to come and teach us more so that we understand. And they're following the pathway. In South Africa, they had 90 freedom fighting groups, but they collapsed into CODESA. Go and Google what they call CODESA. This is how it is done. We're not telling you not to have your simple group where you go and eat dry meat and drink beer. But we're saying, stop deceiving our people. You know you have no strategy apart from making noise, telling us story. Once upon a time. We are tired of story. There is a proposal on the table. There's a strategy on the table. Come and understand it. We have spoken to you severally. You want us to come and bring wine to you, to beg you, recognize you, that your stomach is very big from drinking beer. Is that the recognition you want? We, the women, we're already moving on. We are not begging you because we know that God's with us. God will continue to take you people down one by one. Listen to me. Listen to what we're saying. We are Umadi Igbo, and we know the power that is behind an Igbo. We are not joking with it. We have called on Chukwokike, and he's working with us. Every day, you'll be seeing it. You will be crumbling one after the other. And we'll be saying, "Ise" on this platform. Go ahead, sister, please.
We are telling our politicians to close shop. And we are mandating our people to go back and tell them to close shop, that there will be no more election. The election of 2023 that they are trying to seek is a no-no. It's a no-no. This guy has calculated. He has used calculator to calculate how many they are. The 160 million is talking about is plus the cockroaches and the malu. They are cows as human beings where they are. And they are using, because the security is porous, they are allowing Fulanis from everywhere to come in. And they have told you that politics is a game of number, that they can provide 60 million to vote for them. You now say you are looking for Igbo presidency. You are looking, Tinubu is looking for Yoruba presidency. And we're telling you, the time for that has gone. You can become president in your new nation. So forget all these things. You can become president in your new nations. So because for those that we are recently, Soludo's campaign, INEC did not approve his campaign. You are a professor of Genewa. All these professors, I think it's time we started collecting their certificates. Collapse into Ninas. Come and do what Ninas is doing and project us so that we can get out of this hellhole. Collapse into Ninas and stop this your nonsense. They have told you cannot contest. Because they know your capability. Now we are telling you, collapse into Nina so that you can at least run for president when we get our new nation. Yeah, we'll vote for you, provided you collapse into Nina and we get this thing done. So Ludo, whatever you are, get it right. All these politicians, close shop, stop it. It's not working. It's not going to work. They have given you the mathematics, so it's not going to work. Close shop.
It's already rigged. The election has been rigged 3 years ahead. It has been rigged 3 years ahead. So Ludo, in Anambra State, you can't even. They use everything.
Everything.
See, listen. When they disqualify you, they can do the style of Imo State. If you manage to win, they come behind and bring number 4 person.
I bring number 4.
If all this cannot work, they will eliminate you. They will kill
you.
They have it all on board. This is case.
They are thinking that the math, the calculation they did in Harvard will work. The Fulanis came up with Fulanis mathematics.
Fulani mathematics.
And they're still there talking. They're still there talking with Fulanis. Can somebody tell me that my people, the great Igbo people, heard this type of video that I just heard and are still sitting down trying to speak with this foolish man? Look at the level of foolishness. And the one man that calls himself is Freezer says that our people should remain one so that we use 500 cows to bury their dead. These are the opinion molders, so the so-called opinion molders. When I tell you people that their brain is full of pap, Akamu is inside their brain.
Daddy Freeze.
No, Freezer.
Freezer.
Can you imagine? Can somebody even begin to imagine that type of thing? That in the time when we are talking about economics, talking of space, talking of like critical thinking, when you bring out things, when even children here, that are teenagers, when they talk to you, you say, wow, a full-grown man, Jehovah, who do
what are you talking about? Your vice president told him that you have to don't divide Nigeria, so you don't have to give visa to go to Lagos.
Yes, Sam. Yes. I don't want to call himself Sam, no. Senior advocate of Nigeria.
And
people need to be hiding their certificates because if you don't have certificate and talk, I can manage and say, okay, school, you didn't know anything. I know I no go school. But when you don't tell me that you have professor certificates, you went to school, you have doctor, you have law, you have this, because anything you talk to them, they'll say, I went to school too. You went to school and your brain is...
And your brain, you went to school and a rogue franchise, a Biafra franchise ranter is manipulating you.
Manipulating you. Oh. Fulani manipulate one side. Ranta will manipulate this side. And
manipulate the other side.
If you didn't go to school, what would have happened? That means you would have eaten your
Well, thank God for Ninas. With Ninas, we speak with one voice. With Ninas, we get to our destination. With Ninas, we can end this thing. We keep saying you can end this thing here and now. It's a no-brainer. You guys are the one thinking, oh, is it going to work? Oh, how can it be so easy? And we say we forgive you because all your life, since we've been here, you have never seen any easy thing. You know, that's why people can see an open door. Because the door is shut, they think the door is locked. Some things can be easy. It's not easy anyway. Someone did the work for 21 years. But we are saying it's time for you to accept this your self-determination, a platter of good. It's okay. It's not going to bite you. So let's stop wasting our time with those that are looking for something from Abuja, whether they're on a wheelchair or they are wherever they are, thinking, oh, we can't do this, we cannot speak with one voice, we cannot do this. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what they can get out of it. And we're asking ourselves, what is it that we want for ourselves? The people in the land, what do we want for ourselves? Ninas is the only way that makes sense. If you study the material, you can see there is no other way. By the way, US people here in diaspora, especially here in the US, your senators are waiting for you guys to come up with questions on Ninas. So as you sit in your house, rogue franchise, 24 hours, whatever you're doing, they're waiting for you to start asking the pertinent questions. That's what they're waiting for. Stop wasting our time. We can get where we're going faster. Try this and see if you don't say, oh, it's not gonna work. Give it a try. Look at the material. I promise you, if that your degree is not fake, if it wasn't given to you by Harvard because Nigeria paid 6 years of school fees instead of 4 because you couldn't pass. If you actually went to school, there is no way what Ninas is doing will not make sense to you. Come on board so we can speak with one voice and get to our destination faster. For those of you waiting, we saw a video of the British, what do you call herself, High Commission or Low Commission? Telling people,
High Commissioner.
No, Low Commission.
Low Commissioner.
He's Low Commissioner. Please play his play. And these are the old women that are talking to us and we are listening. If you have the video, please play it, because we like to show and tell. We tell our people, when we tell our people that these people have covenanted to make sure we do not see light of day. They have covenanted. Britain is on one side, Fulani is one side. Just listen to this woman. Know whether it's not sounding like the other man, Fulani man that spoke to us. The analogy, the level of thinking. Listen to the people you have been following.
I'm British High Commissioner to Nigeria, and I want to share some good news with you. Since leaving the European Union, the UK government is introducing new visa routes, both for students and those looking to work in the UK.
To come and pay you with stolen money, right?
We opened our new graduate route. So for those of you who are studying at a British education establishment up to graduate or postgraduate level, studying a degree or master's, you will now be able to stay in the UK.
Why can't we earn masters in our land?
And if you've studied a PhD, you'll be able to stay for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you will no longer need a sponsor to apply for these visa routes. If you've completed your education and you're looking to secure a job, you can also apply for our skilled worker route. So we think these are great innovations, and they're designed to attract the brightest and the best. And indeed, last year, I'm glad to say, we were able to offer 17,500 visas to Nigerian students, and that's an 83% increase.
How many visas do we offer to your
when
people?
I say we really, really are looking to attract the brightest and best Nigerian students to study in the UK, and then indeed to stay on and work with us, sharing their skills as we join together in our great UK-Nigerian partnership. Thank you for listening.
Mama, no. We say we now go to build our nation. Bring British people so that we give them job in our land to wash our toilets, to clean our land. We have job to help us to that charcoal. They will come and help us do the charcoal in our land. We want to build industries in our land. Bring your British people so that we give them visa. We will now bring them. Look at you, brain drain. You're taking the smartest from Africa.
Yeah, brightest.
You want to take the brightest, and you think you're doing me a favor.
Wow.
Right? You think I'm happy that I'm here?
Human resources
are looking for who will help them. You think that's what life is all about? Before, when you finish, they say, go, go, go. But because we are talking of how to be free, they know that we are about to do
exactly.
Quickly. It's a great innovation. Hey, this is great innovation. Thinking of how to steal my people. If you're not finished, if you have doctorate degree, you cannot stay. You too, come to our land. Come and stay. Come, let's give you
and
job.
wash the same toilet. You know, this is a strategy. This is a strategy they've been using. Because you know that the people that normally vie for that visa, for those that use that visas, our southern people, you know, the Yorubas and the Igbos and the middle belters, few middle belters.
They want Fulani. Can Fulani pass the exam? The exam is Fulani pass it.
No.
Those terrible exams.
They know they can't. So they know, so they're trying to dangle carrots in our faces. Hey, come to the UK, and UK that is like 2x2 bedroom that people are living in. You know, they live in very, very jalopy, dilapidated buildings.
Terrible place, so
10th century. Yes, so that's where they live in. And you want us to leave our resources because they know that we Southerners, we want to. Because our people like showing off. Oh, I live in America, I live in London, I live in Massachusetts. We like showing off. So they want to come and start showing off at their own distance while they continue to steal and pillage our resources. Hell no. We are not interested. So Katrolia Liang or whatever your name is, or you're on your own. Don't even dare. You're on your own.
How does she think she can outsmart the people that have woken up?
They've done it before now, so what would she think?
Yes, then people were sleeping.
Not anymore.
People were sleeping then. Not anymore. So, and that's what we're telling people. We are ready to take out what belongs to us. And collectively, we're going to do it. Because for the last time, why they do what they do is that when one person is speaking, they will just capture that person, case will close. That's why we are doing massive enlightenment campaign. This is why we come here every Saturday. This is not the job. This one is just to educate you so that your mind will begin to work, so that you change what you're eating, because they use food. They use Maggi to damage the brains of our people. So many things that they brought, poison that they brought to our people. So we are saying, go back to the farms. We appreciate those that are already farming, those that are already, but you know, if you farm and there's no security, it's useless. You understand? So we are encouraging you in what you're doing, but Ninas is what we use to secure our borders. Understand it, understand the proposal, understand what is being said, understand what is being done, so that you can be part of it. And collectively, we can say, yes, we can speak in one voice.
Thank you. Sister Augusta, go ahead and read the bulletin.
Yes, so I'm going to read a memo that came out on July 11th, 2021 from the NINA Secretariat. Is the mechanism for taking down the 1999 Constitution, turning off the tap instead of mopping endlessly. So I'm going to read, it's a long one, but I'll be very, very fast. I try to summarize the bottom, but at this stage, we need to say the way it is. Anyway, so as the countdown continues in the union dispute declared on December 16, 2020 by the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, and the campaign is intensified towards the termination of the operation of the toxic and fraudulent 1999 Constitution. All efforts and focus should be towards ending the union of death, rather lamenting on more of the countless inequities of unitary Nigeria. Our focus right now should be to turn off the tap and not to mop. The 1999 Constitution is the tap from which all our miseries flow, whether it is in killings coming from the Fulani invasion or the monumental corruption that breeds the mass poverty of the acute lopsidedness we see in all aspects of Nigeria's national life. Every effort to point out or call for the remediation of another injustice or another malfeasance is like mopping instead of turning off the tap from which all these evils we lament flow. The more honest, the more potent, and the more rational response to the man-made deluge of evils that daily gushing out of the 1999 Constitution and swamping up all of us in Nigeria is to turn off the tap, not to continue to mop. Let us take down the 1999 Constitution immediately and end the unitary union of death, attrition, and backwardness it foists, instead of the endless lamentations of feeble effort to call out yet another evil amidst many. We are much more closer to extinguishing this known source of all our miseries than anything else we may do towards ameliorating, particularly regarding the killings, abductions, and general insecurity being orchestrated by Fulani herdsmen, militia, and the so-called bandits, who are all parts of the same terror machinery in which the complicity and collusion of the Fulani-controlled federal government of Nigeria is becoming more and more manifest. Within the framework of the self-determination rights now being asserted by the indigenous peoples across the NINAS territory, that's the South and the Middle Belt, the ouster of the 1999 Constitution immediately activates fully the right to amend self-defense, since it is the repudiated 1999 Constitution that prohibits and prevents the endangered peoples of the Alliance territory from taking up arms in defense of themselves and their lands. As the undisguised Fulani invasion and conquest onslaught continues against the indigenous peoples of Nigeria, become more and more manifest and more obvious to more people, the urgency of the need to halt that onslaught become more obvious to more people. The preponderant question then becomes, what exactly shall we do to take down the 1999 Constitution? The answer to that question is outlined below, but first, the basis of the answer. Number one, we now know that the 1999 Constitution is the source of all our miseries, including the killings, mass impoverishment, and hopelessness. Number two, the life of that 1999 Constitution is renewed once every 4 years by general elections. Number three, only political parties contest elections. Number four, all political parties in Nigeria subscribe to the evil 1999 Constitution, and so no matter which of them win any future elections, the 1999 Constitution remains in place And so our miseries increase and our extermination continues. Number 5, as condition for assuming office, winners of all elections in Nigeria must swear to and govern by the 1999 Constitution. And so the source of our miseries is reinforced. In the face of the countrywide repudiation of the 1999 Constitution, which was started by the contiguous 12 states Sharia Caliphate of the Far North, was the first bloc to repudiate the secular 1999 Constitution by the simultaneous imposition of Sharia in the year 2000. And the rest of Nigeria, which repudiated that constitution by solemn assemblies of the peoples of the various blocks, namely the Lower Niger, April 27, 2015, solemn assembly of the peoples of the Lower Niger in Port Harcourt. In Yoruba land, September 7, 2017, Yoruba solemn assembly in Ibadan. Middle Belt, July 18, 2018, emergency assembly of the peoples of the Middle Belt in Makurdi. And in the face of 1 to 5 above, the logic of the situation demands a strategy that will break the cycle of renewal of the life of the 1999 Constitution and therefore terminate the operation of that Constitution. Having set out clearly the mechanism for arriving at a transitioning process by the December 16, 2020 Constitutional Force Majeure, and as the Nigerian situation continues to deteriorate dangerously, NINA's strategy for breaking the cycle of constitutional renewal targets the shutdown of the voyage to the 2023 electoral circle inside the third quarter of 2021, so as to precipitate the peaceful and orderly transitioning from the failed unitary constitutional order foisted by the 1999 fraud to fresh protocols anchored on the self-determination imperative for constituent peoples of the defunct Federation of Nigeria. Central to that shutdown strategy will be to prevail on all political parties in the alliance territory to close shop forthwith, since the end product of all the activities in terms of going to another round of national elections in 2023 under the repudiated 1999 Constitution will only result in the renewal of the life of that Constitution, and therefore the renewal and reinforcement of the source of our miseries. This upfront shutdown of elections being proposed here is totally different from boycott of elections. Election boycotts are useless in the kind of situation we are trying to resolve in the distressed Nigerian Union. This shutdown proposition is also not about any off-season elections such as governorship, senatorial, or House membership election falling due in the period ahead of 2023. Guided by the Domino 1 and Domino 2 graphics therein, and we've shown that over and over, the December 16, 2022 CFM marked the attainment of the Domino 1 milestone, while the project action proposed for third quarter of 2021, that's all important election of 2023 shutdown, inside the third quarter of 2021 is depicted by Domino 2. Except we are deceiving ourselves, we cannot be lamenting our torment in the toxic quagmire and death camp unitary Nigeria has become for all constituent component ethnic nations in the south and middle belt of Nigeria under the caliphate imposed 1999 Constitution, and at the same time be preparing to go to further national elections in 2023 under the same 1999 Constitution from which our lamentations and torment flow. It is suicide, especially because the distressed caliphate is also desperately looking for how to save their 1999 Constitution in order to keep their conquest and Islamization onslaught against the South and Middle Belt going. By the mercy of God, the ball is now in our court, and we can either be wise and shut down the voyage of doom called the 2023 elections to save our lives and free ourselves from bondage, or we proceed in folly with the caliphate to 2023 elections, thereby endorsing and enabling the caliphate killing and conquest onslaught against us by the virtue of the 1999 Constitution. May wisdom prevail. By the NINA Secretariat, July 11, 2021.
Wow. And this is what we are telling our people. This week in Ladipo, right? Some police officers went out there, or the armies went out there and shot someone over an equipment that was bought. And these are the group of people, when you're telling them that the 1999 Constitution is why they are doing what you're doing, they are busy trying to buy more motor parts from Obodo Ibo to sell. And we're telling you, as long as there is this 1990, this is the beginning. They will come and shoot you, shoot the man complaining, shoot everybody else, and walk away, and nothing will happen. So keying into this 1999 constitution, taking it down like Nina's have been proposing all along, is the only thing that you can do. So if you don't want someone to come in the market, try to shoot you over an equipment that he bought over a year ago, guess what? You queue into Nina's. If not, UN is not coming, US is not coming, British Law Commissioner is telling you they're looking for the brightest of the bright to take to Britain to go and start cleaning toilets while they're doing their PhD. Nobody is coming. It's only you and I that can say, close shop. Don't do anymore. We are done. If not, no amount of social media posting, no amount of midweek service, no amount of is your brother holding you down, as your pastors will tell you, no amount of anything that you're doing will get you anywhere that you want to go. You will be running in circle. You will buy. They will come and shoot you the next year and walk away with their is a Hilux. What is the name of the car they drive? And nothing happens. Keying is that simple.
Sister Muna, well, we have one of these guys that wrote something. I just want to read it, and I need our people to start. We need to start using our brains. Let us stop being emotional. You understand? The name of the guy is Chris Ogbekiulu. He said that I disagree with you. Britain have dilapidated building. Please let us moderate our statements. The buildings in the US, not by any measure better than those in the UK. They have made their offer to people to study and to stay if they would like to stay. They are not forcing anybody. They have not done anything wrong. Because, Brother Chris or whatever, I need you to understand that this is a strategy. Them offering you to stay now. Before, when you come, you do your 1 or 2 years program, they will deport you real fast to go back to your country. Them offering you to stay now is a strategy. If you do not understand that, I don't know what else.
Like US green card. What's that thing that they were giving people? That's in
Lottery.
Lottery, yes. Lottery. US lottery is the same thing. You are in UK and you are fighting for UK government. You want to explain to us what they did, the meaning of what they did. Are you a British citizen? I mean, an indigenous person.
I wonder.
Are you an indigenous person? How do you understand the Africa that are doing you underground?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, Stockholm syndrome. They are bribing you and causing distraction instead of you to be focused, as our sister Aisha said. They are bribing you and causing distraction. You needed to be focused to understand what these people are doing. You see, when we say Fulani has brain, remember, it is the British or Britico that are helping them harness this their humongous all these their atrocious.
Sorry, continue. Britain is doing it, but Fulani is the hand executing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Our people, we've been able to get nations to rally around us so that they will be working on the ground and we will be their hand. Our people intelligent enough to understand this strategy. You see where we are saying that Fulanis have sense?
You see?
As they are living in the forest, they know that they need the intelligence of Britain, the African intelligence, for them to bring out strategies, for them to execute. Fulanis are the ones executing it. We, in Ninas and LNC, we said we have gone as international imperative, the section of international imperative of this strategy. We are now working with some foreigners. And all they're asking us is to be the hand to execute.
Exactly.
To be executed. Are we smart enough to understand it? My brother is here speaking English. He said, mind my language. If I don't mind my language,
I wonder. It's a beneficial, my brother. Yeah, Brother Jai said maybe he's a beneficial of the whole story. Of course, he's a beneficial. Of course
he is now. That's why he's spending him.
Yeah, that's how he's spending him.
He doesn't even give testimony to his pastor that he finished his degree. Now that automatically Britain wants to give him citizenship. So he has given and all his cousins. He has moved. He's learned how to move all his cousins. And you're coming here to tell him another thing. We know what he's talking. And we're saying enough of this individualistic mindset. where something that works for you as an individual will make you to say that what the people want collectively is not right.
Exactly.
You are married to Fulanis. When we talk, you say, no, Fulani is my in-law. Don't talk about Fulanis. That's not what we're talking about. You have friends and they did business with you and gave you some things. It's for your individual survival, you and your family. Do not use that to destroy the 200 million of our people that are dying. Can't you see? Can't you see they are killing us? Can't you see what they are doing to us? Can't you see what is happening in Zango Ketaf? Can't you see what is happening in Middle Belt? Can't you see that those things will come down to Igbo land? Are you not seeing it? Are the scales covering your eyes and you're not ready to see? But as mothers of the land, we are promising you, even if you don't see, you don't hear. We told our people, we go to the moon, we go to the sun, we come back, we will bring freedom for our people. And that's how we discovered Ninas. When we told you this, we didn't even know there was Ninas, we didn't know there was LNC. But we promised you. We said we go to the moon, we go to the sun, and bring freedom for our people. And the Lord opened door and made us to meet LNC and Ninas. So what we are looking for, Ukenu, is not in Ukana. Are you joking with me? God is with us and we are moving. Whether you wake up or you don't wake up, we are going home.
Definitely, we are. So whether you are benefiting from the rock or not.
And this is why Africa will never move forward. It's all about me. They don't think about community well-being. They don't think
Sister Mona, Africa will move forward. Africa will move forward. Sister Mona, Africa will move forward. We are here to ensure that Africa moves forward. The voice you're hearing, their percentage is little. This voice you're hearing, this man talking, they are just like 1%. The rest of Africans want to move forward and they have sense. It's just that their voices are not being heard. And that's why we are here, to make sure that the voices of the people in the village are heard. I discussed with some of these women. They are smart. It's just that they cannot speak English. Because they can't speak English, it's as if they don't have a voice. That's for one referendum. Through referendum, our people will speak. No, they cannot speak English, but then we vote what they want.
We vote what they want.
Give us referendum, let my people talk.
My
people want to talk. They have something in their mouth to say. They want to talk. Africa will move forward, and we're here to ensure it.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Amen, my people. So we can't be going back and forth, my dear. And it's not a must that you have to speak when you don't have to. Sometimes if you don't understand what's going on, maybe you need to observe and see what's going on before you bring yourself out in the public to display whatever you want to display. We're not here to call names, but we are so hurt as mothers, seeing how Africa has, that's when nothing is left. And we have people that are supposed to be in charge. I don't want to call their name because they will get involved, they will get offended. There are some group of people that was left in charge to be the head of the household, to make sure their family is protected. They left us unprotected. A lot of us are doing prostitution somewhere. Our children are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Are we talking about the ones in the British dungeon cleaning toilets when they have PhD that they're supposed to be using to make our environment better? So please, don't even go there. We have suffered enough. We have seen enough. And is it the cries of the mothers that call us over the phone and tell us how bad things are for them? Or the mother that the son was killed over a cell phone, a widow. The only son was killed over a cell phone. When you are relaxing in London, doing whatever, taking train to go to your next destination. You guys can't even begin to appreciate the pain that we feel every day. And we keep saying it's highly irresponsible for anybody, especially mothers. If you have gone to labor room, even if you have not gone and you are going to go to labor room to deliver a child, stand up to these bullies. They are not going to give up. It's time for you to wake up and say, questions and answers. You don't have to speak in English. So we are no bodulu. Get in here, kowara me line by line, and whatever in aga. More make sense. Because if not, they will use their big grammar, they will use their degrees and tell you where. Everything will disappear right in front of you. This is so sad. This is too sad. That even up to now, the people that you thought should have understood what we are doing, that should be the ones standing up in front of that parliament in London and say, let my people go. That here saying, don't talk about them, leave them, mind your own business, stay on one corner. What have you done for my people? What What have you done for my people apart from writing big grammars on your platforms? I don't know how to speak. I'm even managing. What have you done for our people? 2021. We cannot boast to offer any kind of job to our graduates. They are not even graduating now because all you have to do is to sleep with a professor. They will give you a degree. When you come out, you call yourself an engineer. You don't know anything about engineering. You will build a building, it will fall. The whole money will be wasted. They have destroyed everything. The only place that you will go to is if you're going to London. That's the only place you will get a good degree. Why can't we get it in our land? Why are we spending $25 billion to train our children overseas? When that $25 billion can sustain a school for 10 years, build a building, and pay teachers continuously for 10 years. That's a whole, group of people that we can use to elevate our country. Anyway, it's time for phone calls. Call in if you want to continue on this. We are ending early today because the discussion will continue with the Zoom information that we've been sending out. I think I will post it on here too. I'll put it on our comment. There's a Zoom meeting coming up. Sister, what time is it? Is that Zoom meeting? Sister Augusta, what time is the Zoom?
Mega conference.
Is it mega conference? It's for next.
It's next week. It's for next week.
It's for next week.
Yeah, but there's another Zoom meeting that they have. Nina's has also.
Nina's has the LSC part of Nina's.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Right. So I will post that link. Yeah, I will post that link here for us. So if you want to call in, the phone number is posted there. Is plus 1-774 334 0942 plus 1-774 338. I'm sorry, 0942. I'm also going to attach you here, or you can come in if you want. You can join us with a link to come on and give us your contribution for today. Even Brother Chris, if you want to come in and explain yourself, that's allowed too. So we just want to go home. We just want all this torture and suffering to stop. That's all. So if you have a way to get it done, please begin work. And this big grammar thing is not working anymore. We need to go home. Our children have suffered enough. They have suffered enough. We want to go home. Enough is enough. Okay. So if we're not getting a phone call, we can call it a day. Sisters, have anything to add?
Nothing much. It's just that we want our people to be consistent in what the NINAS project is all about. If you have questions, you can always go to the NINAS website and verify. If you feel that you are not getting enough information, you can contact any one of us. We'll be more than happy to help you with that. So we are, and there's the petition for referendum that is going on in the NINAS platform. Please go out there and vote. You vote your own. You vote your own region. You know, if you're from Oduduwa Nation or from Yoruba Nation, Igbo Nation, whatever, you vote your own region. So please, all hands have to be on deck and share. You cannot share all these messages enough, especially next week. I'll be looking forward to the Lower Niger group doing the mega conference. It's going to be in form of Zoom. A lot of the media outlets will be involved. So everybody key in, at least come and listen. Come and know the part that you have to play. We all have to play our part. It's not just for the Daughters of Truth to continue to talk. We need people to go out there and continue to disseminate the information that is needed, especially when we are looking forward to a referendum, so that our people will be alerted. Our people would, have their minds made up. When it's time to come and vote, they will know where and what to vote for. So we need all hands to be on deck. Do not sit still and say, oh, you're expecting some form of miracle from England. England want to take you, Britain, they want to take you as a slave forever, in case you don't know. The woman offering you visa that you cannot come and get the doctorate, that you cannot stay. What are you doing with their doctorate when you can stay comfortably back home?
The doctor that you sell all your lands to go and...
You're allowed to go and do it. Where? And that land there, the resources in your own land, you haven't even found that yet. Because the way they do it is that they come and they use pipettes and small micro, they pick up your sand. It's from the sand they go and do what is called chromatography to determine the kind of minerals that can be found in that area. By the time they do it, they go back and check the quantity. There are lots of machinery that help them to do that. So when they find out the quantity in that particular area, they will come and meet the warrant chiefs that they instituted. And they will look for one trouble that the warrant chief and his younger brother would fight over some useless title. And while you people are busy fighting, they are going inside there to dig your resources. This has been happening for gazillion years. When they did that in 1884, the Berlin Conference, what did you think that one was? The Berlin Conference, they just came, they said, Africa has everything that we needed. Let us scatter their life and collect everything that they have. And that is like up to today, you will see brothers fighting for no reason. Oh, my brother, I took my title. You are fighting for no reason while they are busy pillaging every damn thing you have, every resources you have in your land, and using it to better themselves. So for Catalonia Lang or whatever her name is, we do not need your useless visas. Keep them to yourself. Give it to the Fulanis. You know that Fulanis cannot do the exams and pass. That is how you are offering visas to us. You cannot Fulani visa. Let them go and be doing the toilets while we go back to our land, go back to our resources, go back and start developing our land. So because we need to start using our brain. These people, they've dealt with us so much. That's why we don't even know what we are doing. Collapse whatever you are doing, join what Ninas is doing. Let's get this thing done and get out of this contraption. It's really it's choking me personally. So if it's choking me, you can imagine others. Thank you.
While we wait for the call, let me explain a little bit for those, because I guess some people just joined and they don't even know it's like somebody is in elementary school and you want them to take a JAM exam. So they don't even understand what we're saying. Just to explain briefly. See this map here. You see, this is Nigeria. The Fulanis, before, as colonial masters, were coming from under here. The Britain, they were coming from under here. The Fulanis were coming on top. So they met themselves here and decided to collaborate. They decided to collaborate. Since there are two robbery gangs, one coming from the north, one coming from the south, and decided to share our land in bits and pieces. That's why you see state creation. Everything they have done is to make sure we do not understand ourselves, to make sure we don't ever speak in one voice. Because for you to speak in one voice, you have to understand yourselves. Like our brother that is trying to explain that, no, I don't agree with you. We're not saying that people will not disagree, but we're saying, let us disagree on facts. Go and do your finding. If what we're saying on this platform is not correct, then you come with facts and then we'll talk. Like Sister Mona will always say, the superior agreement will be followed. But I tell you, we are standing on the work that was done by some other professionals for 20 years. They decided to find out what is going on. Why can't Nigeria go forward? What is holding us down? And they discovered these things. They discovered what was done that the people did not even know. And someone like Colonel Ojukwu, by the time he saw the materials, he said if he knew that this was the issue, that he wouldn't even have taken the people through war. Because this is not war matter. And that's why you're seeing like UN telling Nigeria right now that your issue is not war issue. Because they know, why they're saying that is that they know that if they try what they try in Congo, because this is what they have been doing all along, they will go find resources, make the people to fight. There will be serious war in Sudan, everything. Anytime you see war, is resource control. It's not that the people would have not been living together. It's all about resource control. So, but the issue about Nigeria is that we are 215 million. If we explode, and already we have citizenship, UK, US, if they allow us to explode, they will pay for it. So that's why they are trying to do damage control, not because they love us. It's damage control. There are two things. If we go into war, with COVID, they know that the citizens they have is more than that it will be issue. Imagine refugees, 200 million refugees. Where are you going to keep them? They can't manage that. The second one is that if they keep quiet, the Fulanis who have been playing this game with them all this while have now come on top to use terrorism. So they want something bigger because they wanted to conquer even themselves. The Fulanis are not just, it's not about us. It's how to conquer US and UK. But they want to use the resources in our land that these people have been mining. So for them to do that, they will displace them first. And when they displace them, they will take the resources and begin to bomb US and UK. This is the story that was taken to them. And in US Congress, that is why they bought into the plan, Nina's plan. And that plan is to form this alliance here. This is the Sharia territory. They're already out of Nigeria. They are not inside Nigeria anymore. So we have now formed this alliance because all of us are being killed. And then, like Sister Augusta said, we can explain this more to you privately if you join the class late. Because of that, we are working together and we said we can speak in one voice. What are we asking for? We said that indigenous peoples should be treated as autonomous entities. We want our self-determination so that we can build better societies for our people and give them a life that is worth living. True, because as indigenous people, our autonomy has been diminished. But we are entitled to protection. Our life is entitled to be protected. We are entitled to have our life protected. For you to respect our autonomy, you need to give weight to the opinion, the choice, and the aspiration of the people. The people want to be free. You need to refrain from obstructing our actions towards transitioning to freedom and self-determination. Whether you're doing it because of the selfish thing you want to gain, whether it's for your political ambition, whether it's because the visa and asylum they're giving you and your brothers and sisters, whether it's because Fulanis are your in-laws, we are saying you need to stop. We want to be free and free indeed in 2021. And we don't want to use war because war is useless at this point in time. War will only help the enemy. The one that has been calling for war, he is somewhere cooling off. And we told you people that all of you that are standing on the way of women, because we are like the mother, the lioness, looking for food for the children. All of you standing and distracting what is being done to get freedom for our people. We told you that you go down one by one.
Amen.
And as we speak, the ancestors that sent us, they're saying yes. And they work against you. They will make you to be in a country that you have stayed 1 month. After staying for 1 month, maybe visiting your second wife or third wife, I don't know. Then you decide to drive to the airport to say, please catch me. Yes, our forefathers will move you to make that wrong move.
Yep.
That wrong move. One wrong move. You must have been stealing billions. But the day you steal 5 naira, that's the day our forefathers will make your hands to be handcuffed. Our forefathers are at work. God is at work. Why we call our forefathers? Because our forefathers served Chukwokike. We know there are some people that serve the devil. But from my generation, it's a generation of blessing. My lineage is a lineage of Chukwokike. We worship Chukwokike. So when we call our ancestors, do not get it mixed up. We know what we're saying. If you are calling Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, are they not your ancestors? So why is it when I talk of Elijah, you tell me that, oh, no, don't talk about your ancestors. No, Elijah worshipped Chukwokike. And I can afford to make that assertion that my forefathers are working with me, working with us, and we'll get freedom for our people. Don't stand on our way because we will go down. That's a promise. Thank you.
Wow. My dear, those who have ears, what should they do? Make them hear. We've said it. Like mothers or as mothers, we are here to ensure that the right things are being done. We are no longer be what did the Buhari call it? How did he say?
The other room.
Definition or what?
Oh, is it the DoT nation?
The other room. He said the women are.
In the
They have to meet them in the other room. But we are Igbo women.
So,
we are.
We stay in the parlor. We stay in the parlor room everywhere.
We stay in the front door. We stay in the front door even before the parlor.
It's not us. It's referring to Igbo women.
That's why the woman could not stay.
She can go to the kitchen and be in the other room.
Left in the other room. We are staying in front.
We're everywhere.
And watching who is coming in and watching who is coming in, because we have to protect our children. So I know they're on. We are on. So join Ninas. Join what is being done. Ask the right questions. If you want to gather a group of people that are truly interested to understand what's going on, let us know. We set up the time for that. We just cannot afford to play games anymore or play dumb anymore. A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Today, I understand what is going on. And the next day, you want to be a de facto government. All we are asking, we are not here to take over and rule you. We are saying that we want more for our children. And more we must get. And looking at all the evidence, Ninas is the only pathway that can save the future of our children. So join the moving train. Don't be left behind, because either way, like my sister will say, if you jump on or don't jump on, we are going. We are going. Our children are that important to us. To those of you that don't care, because some of them even want the children to die so they can go and make another one. We already went through pain. We are not doing all of that. We want to keep the ones that are here alive. So whether they are in Europe or whatever they are, we want to make sure our children are safe. Our men get the respect that they deserve. Because as long as you're somewhere serving another man somewhere, you will never get the respect that you deserve. And that's when you will come home, you want to belittle your wife because somebody else is already over you. Take your rightful position. Be the man of the house. Be the head of the household. Do what is right. Do your research. Don't leave it for some random person to do for you. And then even with your PhD, somebody will because you don't want to do the work. Don't sit around and be drawing business plan and working to a power shift, hoping that somebody will be screaming loud enough for you and to say, aha, here's referendum. Do the work. That is your assignment. So if not that, we'll see you guys next week. It's been a pleasure. Again, the Ninas website is www.ninasffn.org. I posted it on our comment section. Go there and get some information. Our phone number is here. You can always text that phone number. You can WhatsApp it. You can call it. If you leave a message by text or by voicemail, we will definitely return your call or reach out to you. So otherwise, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
And please remember, next week, you are logging on to the mega conference. Share that mega conference on your Facebook pages, WhatsApp, your groups. For those that have questions, that is the place to come and have your questions.
Please, can you bring up the picture? Is it available there?
Yes.
The IV, so that our people understand. You understand? We'll be here. We'll be transmitting live from here.
Exactly.
We are one of the people that will be there. Yes. It's so important that you will be there.
The Midwestern spokesperson, our own Dr. Pedro of Aseki.
Yes. Many of them. So that we understand the number of the caliber, the caliber of people that will be there, men and women. Women and men of substance. People that are set to take us to the next generation. We are done staying here. This is the IV, and this IV is for all of you. Find it on our website and begin to share. We want it to go everywhere. The other conference we had like 4 million. This I want 10 million. We want everywhere, all the platforms. 10 million is even small. We want the entire Nigeria to be lit with the information that will come from this conference. Because now that the distraction has been taken out, and more distractions will be taken out as we go, for those that choose to distract us, because we say we are not playing. As the distractions go out, the submarine that is set to land, we continue to proceed and we will land to freedom. That's where we're going. Thank you very much, my people. Stay blessed.
Thank you. All right, brothers and sisters, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.